YouTube, what is up? I know it's been a long time since I've made a video. I've been busy. I've been, work got really hectic. Then I had a setback with my tires. I come out one day to go riding, and my front tire was completely flat. And I was like, well, shit. So I pumped it up and found out that both front and back was basically dry rotted so bad that the sidewall cracked on it and was leaking air. So I had to scrounge around, find some tires that were half decent price, and go put them on. So I just got them on. They feel great. I had the Michelin Battle Axe or whatever on here before, and I gotta tell you, I mean, they're okay, but they fucking suck for just cruising and shit. I mean, if you're going to a track or something like that constantly, then yeah, get them. But just for cruising, they were kind of rough. I couldn't get them balanced correctly. I mean, you guys all heard about me talking about my bars shaking and shit. Well, now we don't really have that. I mean, it's still just a little wiggle there. And I think that's because the front tire is like 5 pounds low in air. Just because I'm lazy and didn't want to pump it up. But yeah, so we're back. I've had a couple comments on some videos, and one of them is the reason why I'm heading this way. I'm going to see if this parking lot up here is empty, and if it is, I'm gonna go over the video I posted about the Georgia motorcycle test, the road test. Hopefully no one's up here. If they are, I'll go somewhere else. Because last time I was here, there's a lot of people here. Fuck it. Can't breathe. It's fucking humid. I think it's supposedly like 80 or something like that right now, but with the fucking humidity and shit, I don't know if someone's in there or not. I don't care. With the humidity and everything, it's really muggy today. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get arrested for being here or not, because I don't really care either. Like, still kind of cold. But, alright, so I was wanting to talk about it. I got a couple comments on it. One of them was asking about the cones, the size of the cones. The cones are those little, like, gym school, like the school gym, I should say. The fucking ones that you do for, like, dodgeball or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. I wasn't in public school, so they're the little short, about this tall, that big around. They're not something that if you hit it, you're gonna fucking wreck. I mean, these things, they're the ones you can get at like Walmart. So there's nothing really to worry about as far as those cones maybe hitting them or anything. But the only thing you really have to worry about is, failing your test if you hit one of them, which I did run over one during the test because the guy was trying to rush and didn't give me clear instructions. So I tried to duck in too quick, and yeah, so basically I just run the fucking cone over instead. But anyway, so there's that. The figure eight is pretty self-explanatory. You're going to do a figure eight within so big of a distance. I've got to tell you guys, I've had my license for like year and a half, 2 years, something like that. So I don't really remember the exact sizes. I'm sure it's online somewhere. So fucking bugs are on me. But I'll just show you what a figure eight looks like. As well as someone asked for throttle control, clutch and throttle control, and the right-hand turn. Basically, these things are exactly what they sound like. Throttle and clutch control is basically where you're using the throttle and the clutch together instead of hitting your brake. So what I mean is, like, let's say instead of coming here and I want to come up and turn right here, I'm not going to brake down to turn. Okay? I'm doing what I'm doing right now, slowing down, whoops, speeding up a little bit, slowing down. I'm not using my brake. I'm actually using my back brake a little bit, and that's just to keep smoothness down. So when I brake on the back brake, see, I'm not jerking around when I brake on the front, kind of jerks a little bit. That's with all motorcycles, really. I mean, you're going to lean forward a little bit more than on the back. So use your back brake a tiny bit, but mainly do what I'm doing now. See, the clutch is pulled pretty much in just enough to give me a little bit of momentum when I start, you know what I'm saying, when I give it a little gas. But I'm not wide open like this, okay? So there's that. That's the throttle clutch control. I'm gonna watch that rock. The cone weaving, biggest thing I could say is don't do this and try to weave around them. Literally just move the bike just like this, okay? You notice I'm using my handlebars. I'm not leaning on this. Other people are probably going to tell you maybe some different pointers. I'm just telling you what I've got. What I did is I did not lean. I just did this right here. I'm counter shifting my weight, which means when the bike goes to one side, I'm trying to stay centered. So I'm kind of moving my body, but I'm not leaning into it like this, you know, like I would when I'm turning. So the right hand turn, let's see if I can find a spot that I mean fucking rocks. So let's say this crack right here is my line, and there's no other marker, so whatever. But anyways, you're going to start on a line. They'll tell you to go. You'll start. You'll come up, and you'll have arrows where you can just go boom right here. That's all a right hand turn is. It's a sharp, thick curve. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be. They're going to be narrow. So let's say right there is my right hand turn. So I got to come here. I slow it down a little bit. Boom. That's my right hand turn. And the key to that is once your tire goes through, straighten the bike up and give it a little bit of gas so your back tire will follow instead of cutting across the corner. So if like I go in through here and just let it coast, I go right over the top, right? But get back over here. But if I give it a little gas once I get through to right here, right there, it pushes that tire over around it instead of over the top of it, if that makes any sense. The figure eight, again, you will have a designated spot to do this. But it's pretty big area, so you don't have to worry about it. But you'll come in, come all the way around. See, I almost tipped over, and then come back. And then you just cross right out, circle around, and go back. Okay, so that's all it is. Basically a figure eight. So you'll start at one point, come across, come up, and then circle out. Okay? So, hopefully that answered your questions. Hopefully police are not coming here to arrest me because I'm sitting here at a fucking school playground looking like a pedophile. But, oh well. Biggest thing, you know, one of the subscribers, they said they haven't even gotten their learners yet. And it's great to do research and try to be prepared for actually going to get your license and taking the test, the road test, I mean. But experience is your best tool. If you're going out, getting your learners and trying to go, you know, the next day to take your road test, you're probably going to fail. You may not, but getting used to your bike is the biggest thing. You know, this bike, it's a smaller bike. It's a 500cc, so you're talking roughly 400 pounds without considering my weight or anything else, or if I've got a bag on or anything. Just my weight, I mean just the bike weight is roughly 400 pounds. So you got to learn how to control 400 pounds, you know, safely and efficiently. So just get used to your bike. Go get your learner's permit. Take about a month and a half. That's what I think mine, I've had it for, it may have been 2 months. It was either a month and a half or 2 months. I can't really remember. But it wasn't, you know, a week later. I had it for a good bit, trying to get used to the bike, making sure that I knew the ins and outs, just so, you know, basically, so I could feel secure. Not really. I mean, I knew, like 2 weeks after I had it, that I was like, okay, I could go take this and I'll probably pass it. But just so I could get used to the bike, I kept it a little longer. You know, there's no shame in keeping the learners a little bit longer. You know, the only restrictions you have on the learners that you don't with a regular license are no passengers, no interstates, and no nighttime riding. And to be perfectly honest with you, the first like 4 or 5 months that you have your motorcycle, you shouldn't be doing those things anyways. I had mine almost a year before I had someone else ride on there. You know, you just got to make sure that you're prepared well before you try to do something. That's what's going to save your life. Sorry, but the more you get out, and I don't want to say play around on it, but just experiment with your bike. You know, when I'm riding, I weave a little bit, not because it looks cool or impresses anyone, but just so I can make sure I feel my bike. You know, this is a marriage between you and a machine. You've got to be in tune with it. You've got to know it front and back, just to stay alive, because it's so easy to get in accidents on these things. It's easy to get in an accident in a fucking car, much less something like this. And usually the biggest mistake is inexperienced riders. And I hate to blame motorcycle riders for accidents, but that is a kind of a big cause for it. Yes, a huge percentage are because of dumbasses that aren't looking for motorcycles. They run into you, they just cut you off, they do all kinds of stupid shit, and it's just because they're not looking for you. But at the same time, if you're experienced enough on the bike, you know it front and back, you can get out of those situations, and you also won't be in the situation. If you're on, you know, a highway where you got two lanes in each direction, you're not going to get in the tail end in someone's blind spot and just ride. You'll speed up just a little bit and get past them, or get to where they can see you before they run into you. But again, that's experience. That's not something that you're going to read about in the manual. I don't think there's really a time that they talk about staying out of a blind spot. I think they talk about blind spots in cars. I can't remember, but I know they don't talk about where to ride so you're always being seen. Another good tip is not riding too close. Like right now, I'm a little too close. If that car ran over the top of something, I would have to react super fast to not hit it. And that's another thing, riding right side or left side of the lane. You know, I'm kind of a little left, but kind of middle. You know, staying right or left will help you avoid objects in the roads that cars will go over the top of. You know, a car's not going to hit it dead in the middle of their tire. They're going to try to go either left or right or over the top of it. So, you know, there's a dead animal in the road, you're going to run. Right now, I would run right into it before I could really see it and comprehend that something's right there. You know, reaction time sucks for everyone. I don't know what scientific shit, you know, to tell you right now. There's a percentage or whatever and a time that you got. I think it's like 0.5 seconds or something like that for your brain to register what the fuck is happening. But anyways, you know, you just usually most of the time, if I'm dead stopped, I get over to the right side, kind of close to the the dirt or the ditch, because if someone's going to run you up the ass because they're not paying attention, I would rather run off into the grass than to try to run off into head-on traffic. And most of the time, people will swerve towards the street instead of towards the dirt. More than likely, they're going to swerve away from dirt and away from the grass and try to stay on the road. So you don't want to be over in this right side, because if they swerve, they might still clip you. Whereas if you're over here on the right side, you can either get into the dirt yourself, or hopefully they'll swerve in towards traffic. You know, but when I'm riding down the road, I'm on the left side. I'm where oncoming traffic can see me. Sorry, opposing traffic can see me. And, you know, if I see that someone is pulling out over here, I'll swerve in just a little, just so they can see me and go, okay, there's a bike there. I can't pull out right this second. Hopefully. Don't be afraid to use your horn. You flash your lights. Don't be afraid to do that shit. If you offend someone, it's because they know they did wrong. That's the God honest truth. If someone gets pissed off because you blow your horn at them, it's because deep down, whether they want to admit it or not, they know they fucked up and they could have killed you, or they could have gotten in an accident. So, like I said, if someone's riding a little close to you, tap your brakes, move up, you know, speed up just a little, get away from them. Especially if you know that you're going to have to turn or stop or something like that. Make sure they know that. Turn your blinker on way ahead of time, you know. Don't be afraid to pull over and let someone go around you. You know, everyone, you know, drivers, motorcycle riders, everyone is in such a hurry, you know, to get wherever they're going. Fuck it. You know, it's not worth dying over. Getting there, you know, 5 minutes early. So, let someone go around you. You know, like I said, flash the lights. You know, I'm surprised I haven't flashed mine yet. On 2-lane roads, sorry, my throat's like killing me today. I think I'm getting sick. But anyways, on 2-lane roads like this, you don't have to worry about it as much. But you do have to worry about people pulling out. You know, if you're on 2 lanes and going in one direction, you got to worry about people kind of turning, you know, merging over onto you and not paying attention when they're pulling out. So just watch, you know, flash the lights, let them know you're there. Just right back there, you saw there was a car coming from about to pull out from the right side, and one about to turn in from the left. So I had to swerve right and then swerve left, just so everyone clearly sees me. God, it's hot. But just, you know, pay attention, watch your ass, and like I said, you use what you've got. You've got a horn for a reason. You've got lights for a reason. You've got blinkers for a reason. Brake lights, all that shit. Use it. Be stupid about using it. You know, use it when you don't even fucking need it. See that car right there, the truck, I don't know if you guys could see it, the one that was over in the opposing lane. I don't think he could see me. He started, damn it, he started inching up right as I was about to turn. It was because I was over on the right side. The car in front of me was kind of shielding it. But hopefully I answered some questions. You know, you're going to get people, especially if you're a brand new rider. The car behind me, by the way, is the one I was talking about. But anyways, you're going to get people that say, you know, you're going to get in an accident, you're going to fall over, you're going to get killed on it. You know, the same thing applies for cars too. You know, sorry. You know, I've never dropped a bike. This is not the only one I've ever ridden. I've got friends that will swap bikes every now and then. I've never dropped a bike. Not saying it won't happen, but this one's only 400 pounds. I'm not going to let that fall. You know, my foot's going to have to just not be on the ground. If I can get my foot on the ground, this bike's not going over. But I've been in some close calls, but I've never really been in what you would call an accident. I've had someone, I've ripped their mirror off because they turned into me and it got caught on my handlebars. You know, but I've never been hit hard enough to lay down. I've never been rammed or anything. So it's you know, for someone to say that you're going to do this, you're going to get in an accident, you're going to fall, you know, they're just trying to scare you. And usually those are inexperienced people that have never been on a motorcycle a day in their life. Don't let those people persuade you from doing something that you want to do. If you want to get a fucking bike, get one. It's a blast, but be safe on it. You know, don't let someone scare you out of riding a bike. You know, if you've got someone that has ridden for 15 years, they get in one accident, they stop. They'll never get on another one again. You know, it is probably a very traumatic experience, but I don't think you know, me getting in an accident is going to stop me from riding. I love it too much. You know, when I first bought this one, I bought it used. It was $2,000. You know, so it was what I could afford at the time. And it's been a great bike. I mean, I have zero complaints about this bike. Let me rephrase that. I have one complaint about this bike. It's the parts are kind of hard to find. For some reason, this year and this model is like a weird model for parts. So I don't know why I can't find parts on it. That's my only complaint, really. I mean, the bike itself, I haven't had to buy many parts, just standard shit, you know. But hopefully it'll last me for a while. But when it doesn't, I'm going and buying a brand new bike. And that's what, you know, I tell everyone. Hell, my parents ask about it. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, I will never be without one if I can even somewhat afford it. It's just something I love. You know, if I have to buy another used one, then I will buy another used one. But hopefully I'll be in a good enough position financially, I'll be able to afford a brand new one. But it is what it is. If I can't get one, then I can't. But I just, you know, I love it too much. And I'm pretty sure most people will agree with me on that actually go out and ride. But like I said, hopefully I answered most questions. If anyone has any more about the test or about anything really, please shoot me an email or a comment or anything and let me know what you want to see, what you want to hear. Also, you know, a huge thanks to the guys that requested this video. I would put your name up here, but I did that once and got a lot of heat for it. The guy cussed me out. If you pay attention, I'll let you go, hon. But anyways, the guy cussed me out saying, you know, that's bullshit. You didn't have my permission to do that. And so I didn't. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. If you guys don't mind and you want to be in the description or in the video or anything, shoot me a comment or an email. Let me know that it's okay, and I'll edit you guys in. I'll at least put your YouTube channel or something like that on there. If not, that's fine. But I just really want to say that I appreciate you guys commenting and asking me the questions, because I really love doing that. I love answering the viewer questions and everything, but I don't hardly ever get them. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for the view. Thank you so much for the comment, and hopefully thank you for viewing this video. And I hope I answered your questions enough to get you through the test. If you have any other questions, let me know. Like I said, I always say, if anyone wants to meet up, ride, anything like that, shoot me an email, let me know. Any video requests, let me know. I'm going to try to, you can see today is pretty fucking cloudy. It's supposed to rain. It's like 60% chance to rain, but I was like, fuck it, I'll come out. I'll get rained on, I had to get this video up. But hopefully I'll be riding a lot more now since I've got my tires. The last 2 videos that I uploaded, I didn't do a lot of riding because I was scared shitless of the tires popping. They were pretty fucked up. They were pretty worn out. So I've got these new tires on it. I'm ready to go. So just send me anything you got, any questions or anything, and I'll get them up. And see, this is one thing I'm going to add in. Don't do stupid shit if you're not ready to pay a ticket. Just then, I was about to zoom past this guy and speed on up here, and look, right there, what was that, 2 cops? Let's see how many's over there. 1, 2, yeah. 2 police officers sitting right there with someone pulled over, which doesn't mean that they won't pull you over. If you're doing something stupid enough, one of them will come over and write you a ticket. So don't do anything you're not prepared to pay a ticket on. All of us have that natural instinct to just want to fucking twist that throttle and go. But at the same time, if there's a cop up there, you're going to get a ticket, and they're not cheap. So, and I'm not even going to get on the safety issue of that shit, because I can't point the finger at people that speed like that, because I do it too. And I'm pretty sure anyone that's got a motorcycle that's watching this video, whether they want to admit it or not, is probably in their mind going, yeah, every now and then I'll fucking gun it a little bit. So it's one of the perks of having a motorcycle. But hopefully, this video gets out to everyone that wanted it. Hopefully it answered the questions. Hopefully anyone new watching this video, it answers questions that they had. I really appreciate all my subscribers, and I appreciate all the views and comments and support that I get. Please keep it coming, guys. I love it. It's very, very much appreciated. Have anybody out riding, have a safe trip, watch yourself, and watch others. Always just stay safe, guys. But thank you for the view.